Hey, what's up, you guys? Great to have you back on the show. I'm Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. This idea was actually the idea of one of you guys, and I kind of liked it. A friend of mine sent me 10 pictures with NBA questions for me to answer, and I haven't seen the questions yet, and I'm going to answer them on the show right now. So let's start with the first picture. Okay. Top 5 Lakers of all time. Oh, that's a very tough one. Okay. Okay, I gotta be honest. Until a couple of years ago, Magic Johnson was always my number one Los Angeles Laker, simply because, when I watched NBA in the 90s, that guy was considered to be maybe the second best player of all time or the third best player of all time. So that is still, that's stuck with me some way, somehow in my brain. But Shaq, Kareem. Actually, I made up my mind about that a while ago, to be honest. I got Kareem at number 1. I got Magic at number 2. I got Kobe at number 3. I got Shaq at 4. And I got Wilt at number 5. Tough one, very tough one. But hey, I didn't expect this to be easy. Okay, a lot of Shaquille O'Neals. Okay, where's the question now? Okay, I guess I'm supposed to rate which is my favorite Shaq. That's a very easy one. Okay, it's not easy, but it has to be between the Los Angeles Lakers Shaq and the Orlando Magic Shaq. And the thing is, when Shaq was still playing for the Orlando Magic, he was way more mobile and faster, and he was hustling, and I really liked how he played. But of course, he was very immature, and that improved when he was with the Lakers. And he gained some weight and was even more dominant and more physical. So it has to be between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Orlando Magic Shaq. But I would say the early Los Angeles Lakers Shaquille O'Neal. So when he wasn't as big as he used to, so when he was a little bit more mobile, but still had more mature. So let's say the 1999-2000 Shaquille O'Neal, Los Angeles Lakers Shaquille O'Neal would be my number 1. And the Orlando Magic one goes, right after. Okay, what else do we have? Name your top 5 point guards of all time. Okay, who do we have on the list? We got Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, and Steph Curry. Okay, I would have to cross out a couple of the guys. To me, and I know not everybody agrees, but if I talk about a true point guard, John Stockton is my number 1. Even though he never won an NBA championship, I just love a guy who doesn't have the physical gift, but still is so smart and such a team player that he finds a way to be efficient, makes everybody better on the floor. He was a good defender, even though he was really slow. He was a very, very smart basketball player. So I always have a hard time to make a decision who I place on top, if it's Magic Johnson or John Stockton. But for this list, I would say John Stockton. Right after, I got Magic Johnson, obviously. Third best point guard of all time. Okay. This is going to be tough because I got Isaiah Thomas in my top 5, definitely. I got Jason Kidd and Gary Payton, to me, are in the same level, even though Gary Payton was by far the better defender, but Jason Kidd was the better shooter and the better passer. And I'm always for the better passer. I was a point guard myself, and I love guys who have great court vision. Is that my top 5? Magic Johnson, Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, Magic, Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, that's my top 5. Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, and John Stockton. I hope I didn't mention him earlier. Oh. Well, that's my top 5. And I'm pretty sure I forgot somebody, but that's just off the top of my head. Next. Okay, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And I don't see any questions, so I guess the question is, who's better? Okay. Since this list was made by one of my buddies, I can't believe that he's actually asking me that. Of course, Michael Jordan is number 1. And if one of you, I was about to say kids, if one of your younger generation folks sees this video, I'm very sorry, but I'm a witness of Michael Jordan. I experienced that guy in his prime, and believe me, LeBron James is a sensational player, maybe the best player in today's game for the last 10 years maybe, but Michael Jordan was something special. Every person that really experienced Michael Jordan in his heyday has to admit that this guy was from a different planet. That guy could literally do everything. And man, if people ask me what if I could choose the time where I was born, I would still stick with that time, because I'm so grateful that I actually experienced MJ and the Chicago Bulls in the 90s. So yeah, no question, Michael Jordan wins that one. Shaquille O'Neal or Dwight Howard, both in an Orlando Magic uniform. Okay, I guess the question is who I prefer, Dwight Howard or Shaquille O'Neal in the Orlando Magic uniform. Again, are you serious? That's like asking me if I would rather have $1 million or $1. Shaquille O'Neal, obviously. When Shaq was playing with the Orlando Magic, believe me, if you haven't seen him, just check him out on YouTube. That guy was sensational. I mean, that guy was not only huge as F, that guy could run the floor. He could hustle. He had a sensational baby hook. That guy would destroy Dwight Howard. And even though Dwight Howard is a great defender and definitely had a very good run with the Orlando Magic, man, that's not even close. Dwight could never match Shaq's dominance. Not even a question. So what else do we have? Oh, start, bench, cut. Okay, I like those. Oh, with some new generation players. Okay, who do we have here? Okay, Donovan Mitchell, D'Angelo Russell, and Devin Booker. Okay, that's actually quite easy for me. I really like Donovan Mitchell. I think he is a very good player, and he reminds me of some old school players in terms of his mentality. That guy really gives it 100% every game, and I really like this. Actually, he would have fit the 1990s. He's one of the few guys where I would say, okay, that guy could really belong to that era, because he's a very fundamentally sound player, a very has a very high basketball IQ, so he would be my starter. Okay, the rest is easy too. Devin Booker would be my bench player. I still think that he's a very good player, and I still think that he, if he keeps working on his game, that he could be one of the best players of this generation. And D'Angelo Russell, had a very good season last season, but to me that's an easy call. Okay, again, start, bench, or cut. James Harden, Allen Iverson, or Dwayne Wade. Okay, that's a pretty interesting one. Okay, the first thing that I gotta say is I'm not a James Harden hater. Okay, that guy is a sensational offensive player. Probably one of the best offensive players who ever touched NBA basketball. Having said that, since I used to watch 80s and 90s basketball, in an era where defense really played a high role, sometimes even higher than offensive skills. I mean, there were games where teams only scored like 80 points, and the game was still entertaining because you saw how guys really paid 100% effort on defense. So I can't enjoy players that don't defend. Sorry that's just not my cup of tea. So I would have Allen Iverson being my starters, simply because I love players who literally put out their heart in a game. And Allen Iverson, I mean, there are many people who say that Allen Iverson was the best small player who ever played the game. Could be, but that guy was special. So I would have him as my starter. Dwayne Wade would be my bench player, also incredible player. I hope he's not going to be underrated in the future, because when he was playing with Chris Bosh and LeBron James, he had to take the backseat to LeBron. I kind of feel that people don't give him the credit that he deserves, but still, he would be my bench player, and I would cut James Harden. I'm sorry, folks. Next. Who would win in a one-on-one, Kobe Bryant or LeBron James? Oh, easy. Kobe Bryant, obviously. If you would ask me who's the better player, okay, I would actually spend more time to think about it. But in a one-on-one, I mean, Kobe is a one-on-one machine. There's actually a story that when Kobe came on the Los Angeles Lakers in his rookie season, the first thing that he did was challenging basically everybody to a one-on-one. I think it was a story by Nick Van Exel or Eddie Jones that when he arrived that he was challenging everybody and he was winning. Yeah, so when he was 18, he was beating guys like NBA All-Stars like Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones. So that guy is a one-on-one player, and LeBron James is just a different type of player. So that's also a very easy one. What do we have next? Choose 2 players to start a franchise with. Okay, who do we have there? Okay. That's also kind of easy. I like Luka Doncic simply because there are many things that I like about him. First of all, I like players who really, where you can see that they enjoy themselves on the floor. And I don't mean that they have to do the shimmy and all those kind of things, but players where you can really see they love to put their shoes on and they love to play the game. So that is something that I really like about Luka Doncic. Plus, that guy already has a go-to move. He's a good shooter. A very high basketball IQ. I mean, that guy is still a kid and he's already putting up crazy numbers. So he definitely would be one. And Karl Anthony Towns was actually one of the players that I really had high hopes for, but apparently he's nobody with the killer gene and nobody who really wants it by all means. So yeah. Very unfortunate because his skill set is incredible, but I would still go with Jason Tatum because that guy also has an old school mentality, and that is what I like. If you watch my show more often, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of today's game. Still, I watch. I mean, I'm loyal to the NBA, but the guys that I can enjoy are guys that really have that old school mentality, and Jason Tatum is one of those guys. So next, that's the last one. Kobe has the ball. You need a stop for your life. Okay, who would I take? Okay, that is a tough one. Now we're talking. That is finally a very tough one. Okay, I got Scotty, Michael, Gary, Wayne, Ben. Okay, Ben Wallace is out because Kobe is too fast. That won't work. Scotty is a very good defender. I mean, definitely one of the best defenders of all time. He could guard Kobe in his prime, obviously. Michael, okay, Michael would be really interesting. I mean, just the thought of Michael Jordan in his prime and Kobe Bryant in his prime. I mean, that would have been amazing. And we got to see Kobe and Michael going head to head, but obviously Michael was way past his prime. But that actually would be the smartest option because Michael actually might know what Kobe is about to do. So I was first going to say Dennis Rodman because he could not only guard Kobe, but he might even get a charge because he's actually so quick on his feet. But I would actually take Michael Jordan, basketball IQ-wise, and because I think that he might even know what Kobe is about to do, and that is an edge that nobody else on that list would have. Yeah, Michael Jordan, you can never go wrong. Oh, it's a shame that's it already. Well, those were the 10 questions. Pretty interesting. If you guys have more of those questions, please send them to me. That was actually quite fun. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you next time. Peace. I'm out. Hey, you guys, if you're active on Facebook, I can really recommend Open Court. As an NBA fan, you should find everything you need. If it's funny NBA videos, impressive highlights, or even NBA news, I check out Open Court every day.